Hello. Welcome to episode 5 of the podcast. Today we have a special guest over. Hello. It's great to have you on the podcast. Yeah, he's Syetx for those who do not know. Why don't you give them a brief introduction to who you are? For those who do not know you.
Those who do not know me, I am his brother. Oh, shocking. Yeah. I saw one of his videos, that's about it.
He was also the one who actually introduced me to Twitch and YouTube.
Yes,
Yeah, you were.
I was.
Yeah.
That's about
So
introduction.
yeah. I'm pretty sure you actually started YouTube very early in the days. How
Yes.
was it in like 10 years ago? Because I checked last time, there's one video that was 6 years ago.
It was 6 years ago. It wasn't 10 years ago. Back then,
I'm pretty sure back then YouTube was very different.
I don't know, man. All I did was make videos because mainly you wanted to. So because you had a way of wanting a lot of stuff.
I'm pretty sure that part never changed.
You were very ambitious back then, so
I mean, I'm still ambitious right now.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, back then it's just it's whenever, just do here, do that.
If you had the technology, you must just do.
True. At least, the videos looking back, the videos are embarrassing as can I swear?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's embarrassing as fuck. It's so shit. I don't know why did people actually watch it back then. I remember there was like one video that was like very popular.
Yeah, I think it was around 1,000 views.
It was 1,000 views. Back then I was like, oh my god, 1,000 views. We are like
very popular.
Basically nobody channel. Oh my god, 1,000 views. It's very cool. The next thing you know, the next few videos,
fell down again.
Apparently we are like, shit.
Yeah.
That video was like early gameplay of something. What was it? ML, is it?
I'm pretty sure it was Mobile Legends, like character showcase.
It was like early on because I saw like, oh my god, people actually watch it, so might as well just do it. And then next thing I know,
no one watches your video.
Yeah, that no one watches it. Oh, that's so sad. But yeah,
I mean,
but the other videos, they are bad.
I don't think they were that bad for back in the days. So
it is that bad. We're mainly doing Growtopia and whatnot, but no one watches those. So
I mean, for those who do not know what Growtopia is, it's like Terraria. I would guess for mobile back in the days, it was, let's just say, like the budget Terraria. When back in the day when people didn't have computers or laptop, they would just play Growtopia.
Usually on the phone. What?
Yeah.
So, it was better. I wasn't say it was better on computer. Yeah. It was bad. It was bad. Clearly it was bad. But yeah, back then I had the technology.
I mean, YouTube back then was very different.
Very different. So yeah, then I basically stopped doing it until you started doing it on your own.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a joint channel that you decided to
It was originally a joint channel, yeah, because you wanted to do it, and I was like, you know what, might as well just do it with you.
And then because it was joint channel at first, but because I'm also super busy and you had more free time, you were the one doing most of the videos, correct?
Yes, I was doing most of the videos. You were the one who, basically you generate the idea.
Yeah, generate idea of what you want, help with the thumbnails, the editing part of it. Essentially, I was like the background person.
You were like the background person. But all in all, I say it's embarrassing, right? Look back at it, it's embarrassing. Very, very embarrassing. There was nothing good about it. And now, hey, at least you're doing
At least I'm doing the things that I wanted to do.
Yep. And I think if I'm not wrong, I taught you how to do Twitch as well, right?
Yes, you helped me with, I think, OBS or Streamlabs. Because I remember seeing you at first streaming on the PS4. And then I think I also saw you on the computer, which then I said, well, this is interesting. Can you show me like what it is and how to do it? Which I'm pretty sure you like took our father's laptop, which I always get permission to use, and helped me set it up.
Yeah, I did all those. I learned it the hard. No, you can just search it on YouTube and it explain how to do it.
I mean, back then not a lot of people did such stuff on YouTube, to be honest.
To be honest, yeah. But yeah, at least you got the hang of streaming and whatnot. I'm basically retired at this point, huh?
Yeah, you pretty much
Nah, man.
were the one that introduced and then retired
I found no joy in like yes, it's fun, but like
with no
it's
one to
not as
do,
I
and it's
grew
like
up.
very grindy. And if you have no
It's
one,
grindy. I didn't have the time to think
yeah,
about all this kind of stuff, man.
it definitely requires a certain mentality to like constantly stream and stuff.
Yes, that yeah. To be consistent is one thing. To enjoy it as well is.
Another yes.
I mean, skill set will never go away lah. As long as you know how to do, you can always do lah. And I'm also like your freaking tech support.
Now you're like my tech support. Yeah,
Tech support doing all the job.
you're you're always helping me with the streams behind the scenes nowadays.
Nowadays, I also edited one of your videos.
Yes, you
Which
helped me edit one of my announcement vid, which was definitely one of like the most tedious stuff because I just finished drawing my first animation video in my first vlog also, and I also had to put out an announcement video, so I was in a like tight schedule and had to get help from my brother. That was like the main gist of it,
yeah,
which
and
apparently he
majority
hasn't edited in a long time since. So it was a bit like hard to also decide what to do.
yeah, not only that, I'm the one who bring you to a lot of places.
True, yeah, you're like also the one that helped me like, oh, this is a good place to for video or like
Bring
yeah.
yeah, all in all, hey man.
I mean, you may be retired, but like you still help me with all this stuff, which
I
it's
help you with a lot of
yeah,
stuff.
retired in like doing it like in the like the front, I guess you could say, but like you are helping a lot in the background scene. Even though
Yep.
like I think the last stream you did because you stopped YouTube I think like few years back, right? How long
A
was
few
it?
years ago, it was like 5, 6 years ago.
Yeah, you
Stop
stopped
doing that because
YouTube.
you.
Yeah,
I
because
didn't.
I managed to get my email back and decided to go make my own channel.
Yeah, you decided to do your own thing, and I had like no reason to continue anymore.
And
Like
also the
whole
games that you were
ending.
doing was
Well, that I was like, I didn't really wanted to put in time and effort to make videos and whatnot. I don't.
you don't have like my
Basically,
mindset of grinding.
yeah, I have no mindset of grinding. I'm just, hey man, I'd rather do other things.
True. I mean, you could always can be productive at anything. You don't
Yep.
need to do with streaming if you want to. If you don't want to stream, you just do other stuff that is more productive. But
Yes.
you also when you introduced me to streaming, you also started streaming in I would say like the early era of Twitch. How was it back then compared to like now where there's people saying it's dying, there's a lot of like stuff happening. Like compared to back then, how was it?
Back then, well, to be honest, I just rode the wave of streaming, man. Like, I started because, hey man, I see people, oh, not only you can just play games, you can actually stream the way that you play games. I was like, hey, that's unique, so I might as well try it out. But actually, right, honestly speaking, look, I'm not successful in any sense. I'm just riding the hype wave, and then back then it was still
Relative new. I'm pretty sure back then around
relatively new.
no one really did streaming. Some people
No,
streaming
was like
was a
a
new
up and coming
concept.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then around that time, a few years later, Mixer came out and died. So yeah, if we are talking really in the like the first founding year of live streaming,
Not really the founding. I mean,
the one that gaming like stuff or Twitch, YouTube streaming all like came around that year. I'm pretty sure because the only other streaming platform I know is pretty much OnlyFans.
Okay, that is not. Wow.
I mean
But
that's true because Newgrounds at the time you couldn't stream there really. There was no other platforms either than Twitch or YouTube, but no one really streamed on YouTube. People did stream, but it was like for charity and whatnot. Essentially, it was not really a thing to do.
back then, yes. Nowadays, you got a lot of options.
Yeah.
Back then, I was just riding the hype train. I say the community was. It's quite good.
Yeah.
Not that I'm big. People were just come and go.
Yeah, nowadays it's like really a grind. You cannot just get any viewers to come to you unless you play like small game or like riding along like like for example, I like to ride along the Singapore tag and sometimes ride along small communities. If not, I would just play like Apex and big games, which has been always been a struggle and will always be a struggle nowadays. I mean, compared to the past, I'm pretty sure like whatever game you play, people will just come in and like watch for a bit. Correct?
Yeah. Back then, to be fair, back then, right, I was also. I mean, I also did enjoy watching Twitch back then. Like, there's this one streamer I was very invested in because back then Fortnite was super popular. We found this guy.
Yes. I'm pretty
Yes, Twitch.
sure, yeah, one of the blowups of Twitch was definitely Fortnite because I'm pretty sure back then no one knew about streaming. There were some people who
Yes,
know about H1, like I think H1D1, is it?
H1Z1.
Z1, yes, Z1, sorry. Sorry, you listeners. H1Z1, that was the around the start of when people started streaming. PUBG also was one of the introduction of when people started streaming, but it wasn't all that popular. Like you could only see some people streaming it around that in the early years.
Yeah. The thing is, I was watching during the Fortnite era. Like, I found this great streamer. He's like, hey, he's enjoying it. It's quite fun. You know, etc. etc. And I started streaming because I wanted to give it a try. Eventually, you know,
You
I
came
went.
and then you stopped afterwards.
Yeah, I did. I stopped. It was fun when it lasted, but
I mean, in the early days, I'm pretty sure streaming was fun. I only tried that in the end of the when the fun streaming that was, because I'm pretty sure my first stream was on 2019 or 2018, which was I say like 2 years after the say like it was the stream hype was dying down. It felt like the natural around that time when I started. So
because the
yeah,
thing is, I became less interested,
you had less
wanting
time, I
to
guessing also.
less time, less interested. Didn't have like the
The
joy of.
streaming and whatnot. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't find it enjoyable.
it's like fatiguing at some point.
Yes, it became like a hassle and it wasn't motivating. So I just
Yeah.
stopped. Now I'm just doing whatever I want, mainly studying.
I mean, study is still important. I
It is
pretty,
important.
I mean, if for example, like this story that you tell me, like it shows that streaming isn't very easy because it's if you can stream, everyone can stream, but to find joy in streaming and like find the more drive to keep on streaming, it's not easy. Not
It
everyone
is
has
really
it.
easy.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason why everyone like to put the ADHD tag because they are like they have nothing better to do. They want to waste their energy type of people. It's way better to just watch than to play and constantly be on camera.
Yes, it's like when you're streaming, you have a lot of things you have to be careful about.
You need to be careful of leaking too much info and your stuff. You can't just say your friend's name if you don't want to like expose them because you're scared of doxing them. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, you
Have
have to be
you
careful about that.
speaking of which, have you accidentally said one of your friend's name by accident?
No,
Wow. I'm pretty
like
sure
I remember I have to ask everybody first. I remember I was being that cautious. I was asking everybody,
yeah,
"Are you
because
okay?
back in the
Are you-"
early days, you had to be cautious because there are some people who would just straight up dox you if you just said
Yep.
everything. Now I'm pretty sure the community is more safe, but it's like now it's like a raging war. It's fun to watch, but there's just people complaining. There's Twitch and streaming now has like become one multiple parts of community, I would say.
I guess you can put it that way.
Yeah, because I would like categorize there's the viewers that are like those that want to chat and there are people who streams. Like usually now it's separated into all those groups.
Yeah. But other than that, I think, I mean, if you have to try for it, just really try it out.
Yeah.
There's no downside.
The only downside is like your mentality and whether you have like the time and the mentality to keep on streaming it almost as much as possible.
Yeah. But it's okay if you want to quit.
Yeah. You can just quit and then just post on your social media quit W.
Quit W. Yeah, it's about my background.
Yeah, I just get the background. How do you find like you also introduced me to a lot of games. Like how do you find out about all these games? Because I'm pretty sure back then there was not a lot of YouTube content about games. There was mostly more of esports content. Like people would be playing for competition. Those were the like most contents. Or like FPS or like those fighter type games. How do you find out about all these type of games?
Majority of games is through friends.
Ah.
Like a lot of games, like oh, someone in my friend group was like, "Hey, this game is interesting. Want to try it out?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." But of course, like most of the games that I try, it's always free to play. Because more people that has access to
And
it, they will make it
yeah,
more fun. A lot of games, like competitive games aside, right? Would majority of the games they can become competitive. Just whether or not that game would be successful first before.
yeah, whether you want to put in the time effort to like actually practice it.
Yeah, but I think nowadays free to play games are like the way to go lah. But of course you cannot make your microtransactions all those outrageous, man. You can't do that. No one's gonna play. Like cosmetic and whatnot.
They're
Yeah, the
okay, I
Fortnite
guess.
model is it's okay. It's alright, you know. Like no one is. I would say no one is looking down on you for like, hey,
You spend
these are
money on
free
the
to make.
game.
You spend money in the game,
Yeah.
make for cosmetics. You know, nothing. Everybody is equal.
I mean,
But
it's better than Genshin players.
I mean, no one likes to spend money now, to be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, the game whether succeed or not is really depending on the developers, the player base, whether or not you can capture the right audience.
Mm.
Yeah.
Uh, Another thing you also introduced me to was One Piece. I mean, I have not yet to watch and yet to read because I'm always having a lot of manga to catch up to. But you introduced me to One Piece, and you also introduced me to the One Piece card game. I also heard you also before the recording you want to talk about One Piece. Like, why don't you share some stuff about One Piece with us?
One Piece, very
Mm.
popular. I mean, like you get to play the card game without even actually like you know some characters, but you don't watch, you don't read One Piece, and then you play the card game, and it's like you understand, right?
Yeah, because the thing is, One Piece, you didn't fully introduce it to me. You essentially just like reintroduce it to me and like tell me what this is. Because the first time I actually know about One Piece was from my primary school, my daycare teacher. One of my daycare teachers was like one character from One Piece, Sanji, way too much. She has like a obsession with him. So yeah, that's like my first introduction to One Piece.
I mean, yeah, lah, it's good for you, lah, but like without like knowing anything, like the
And
characters and
yeah,
whatnot,
and then I didn't know anything else than that for like more than 10 years, maybe like 13 years, I'd say.
and then you're still able to grasp how to play the.
Game and I understand the character. I'm slowly learning the characters and getting more interested in like the story.
Right,
I'm
right.
gonna learn the One Piece lore without reading or watching.
Just buy through the card game.
Just with card games and random stuff around.
Them stuff, all the clips and whatnot.
I
Right?
mean, the another instance of me knowing about One Piece was through the Roblox game, the Blocks Fruit.
Oh, Blocks Fruit is very
Yeah,
popular.
and also like I also know about the Gum Gum Fruit. Like I know that there's this anime about Gum Gum
Like
Fruit in the early days. Like I like, oh, what the hell is this anime and stuff. So yeah, like those were the only things I knew about One Piece back in the day. Then I had like one YouTube video talking about One Piece, which had a very cool thumbnail, which I watched it. It was like a real life recreation of the Kaido fight and Gear 5 Luffy. I'm not sure whether you've seen it. I'm pretty sure you haven't, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I mean, I did watch the live action. Whether you count the live action as a thing.
Yeah, so that's also like introduction to Luffy properly and Kaido, which then turned up to be one of my favorite character because he's big and his dragon is blue.
Yeah, but other than that, right, I think, I mean, what's your opinion on the card game, first of all?
The card game is surprisingly well balanced. As a person who also have played a bunch of card games from the early days of, I think, a bit of Pokemon, I played Buddy Fight, Vanguard, and just a bunch of other random games. So yeah, I say this is by far one of the most balanced card games that has come out in the recent year. I mean, I'm not sure, but the only things I haven't played is Magic of Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh, and
Those are like the
Wise.
old one, man.
Yeah.
Wise is also like, but the newer ones that come out are like, what is it called? Like Shadowverse, Evolve, the Disney Locona, or whatever it's called.
I'm not
You got
sure.
like the Dragon Ball in Japanese. That one like all those obscure and like the bigger one, Pokemon is definitely up there, but like within the top 10, right? The One Piece is within the top 10, so it's quite popular as well. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, first,
even
like,
though it's super popular, surprisingly I didn't know about like most of this One Piece for a very long time.
yeah, because it only recently released, like, what, 2 years ago? No, yeah,
The
2 years ago.
anime 2 years ago.
No, not the anime, the card game, the card game.
Ah, yeah, the card game.
Like, I so yeah, I think 3 years ago I started watching One Piece, and like, holy shit, once you start, it's one of the best decisions ever. Like, for real, one of the best decisions. You
I mean, that's
well
what
building
after I know
everything.
about One Piece, I was the one reason why I don't want to watch One Piece is I know I will get hooked on it, and that's to me scary to me because I really am hooked to like 100 stuff, and I'm still reading it. So getting hooked to something very huge is essentially adding more fire to the flame. So I'm like,
That is on you.
I don't want to touch it. Yeah, that's my own problem. I don't think anyone has like this issue other than like probably me.
Because in like the recent years, like after COVID, holy shit, One Piece is popping
Became
up.
popular. I mean,
It's very
during
very
the quarantine time is around the time when anime became popular because no one really talked about it before quarantine, I would say.
yes, that is true.
I mean, back then I think people would still would say like, oh, anime is for like weird people or whatnot, like for kids. I'm pretty sure that's still a prejudice in like before quarantine, before the COVID period.
Yeah, now it's like everybody, it's
Everywhere,
acceptable. Yeah.
from like games that are popular to media to advertisement. I pretty sure it's everywhere.
Yep, everywhere. It's hey man, anime is coming mainstream. It's a very good thing. More people will get to enjoy it. Very very good.
I think one of the reason because most people watch animes like at the start they only watch a few episodes like, oh, this doesn't seem like it looks like kid show with how they build the world, because there are very few that actually build the world very quickly. So like, but
Yeah,
when the quarantine happened, people just like binge watch the multiple episodes. They realize this is a build up story. It's not like, your normal like cartoons where it's just random episode left and right. There's actually story that's being built up.
yep. And the thing about okay, we're deviating from the original plan, now, but the thing about anime, right? It's like
It's okay if we
how I say.
deviate from the original plan. It's a podcast.
The thing about it is that they are good and they are bad. Like there's oversaturated for isekais, but like
I don't think isekai is oversaturated. I think it's
I
like the
think it's
main.
100%
It's
oversaturated.
not
There's no
oversaturated.
way.
People
No.
it's more like the mangakas and whatnot are just getting lazy over time. It's similar to how manhwa is right now. Like you're gonna see your classic romance and then you just got the isekai because it's like a very simple way to make action and fantasy together. Because if you try to do fantasy and action in other way, it just didn't make sense to do anything back in the days. Like all you could do was something like fighting like Baki or like Cowboy Bebop. Those were like in the sense action. No, they're not in sense. They are action. That's like how it was done back in the days. But now with fantasy, it's like you have more effects. You can like entrance the listeners, not listen viewers, the watchers.
Watchers and all that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's true. Fantasy and all that. Like, what not?
There's like, more like potential to grow and whatnot. It's like it's a big world for that, because if you look at like I guess like fantasy like stuff, normally it will be just like a very basic rinse and repeat. There is actually just nothing different. You just get different stuff like what? It's just this guy got this like funny quirk. This guy has this ability, and that will be it. Because I think in the recent year, I also started going back and watching all those animes that I miss, like Blue Exorcist, the Firefighters. Is it called that?
I have no clue.
Yeah, essentially all
I
those
haven't watched so
classic
much as
stuff.
you.
Yeah, it's like even though it is nice to watch and whatnot, you can definitely feel the constant trend. Like it's similar to Isekai right now, but Isekai there are some that just trying to like do generic thing and just get like the same of like get a reader base, while there are some people who use that the fact that fantasy has a wide range of what you can do and like comes with something very creative out of it. Yeah, I mean, but if you think isekai is oversaturated, I would say it could be considered that way also.
I don't know, man. Like from an outside perspective, someone who doesn't watch, it's oversaturated. But that can just be me talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, what we were watching, good was, hey man, more things that people enjoy. But anyways, back to the main topic about One Piece cards. How do you feel like? Okay, besides it being balanced, like the gameplay and whatnot, like as a person who doesn't watch or consume any One Piece content, or I should say,
I mean,
rarely.
rarely, yeah, because the only content I had consumed was when I was very young. I only know about one character and probably seen one intro, and that's about it.
Yeah. So, what are your honest opinions about it?
I am surprised about how the character design, their abilities, because I didn't know it was this vast and whatnot. I thought the world was like, these people just got like these generic abilities. One has stretchy arm, one can maybe fly, like all those type generic abilities. Yeah, that's like originally my thought. But as I played the card game, I realized all these characters not only very interesting background story, has a very interesting design, name choices, and abilities and whatnot. I mean, if you're talking about the card game also, the one thing I like not only is that is it balanced, it's also very fast paced compared to any card game, which usually they'll try to make you take like 30 minutes. Actually, no, that's too long. That long.
I agree.
Yeah, it takes very long. At the point that you can at most play 2 games with your friends before you need to go back home or do something. This you can literally watch a total of 2. No, you can watch one. You can play 2 games while watching one, maybe 3 games while watching one anime episode.
3 games, you're fast,
The games are super fast. You can probably even finish the game within 3 turns if you wanted to. Okay, maybe that's a stretch.
Okay, that's a stretch.
That's a big stretch.
There is no way that on the 3rd turn you are able to knock out 4 life. Okay, the minimum is 4 life. No, the lowest is 2 life. Okay, maybe that's possible.
It's possible,
maybe
but it's possible.
But there is.
It's very hard. Maybe
no, it's possible.
Yeah, it's
if your
possible.
opponent is
very bad.
If your opponent, okay, first of all, your opponent has to be playing Vegapunk, okay, and he has to go. You go first, right? No, go second. Correct. Vegapunk go second, because second turn can attack, and then he must have no card in hand that he wants to use the ability to add a life. He must also have his hand has to be super unlucky, nothing good, and then you have to be playing Yamato, and yeah, you have to be going first as well.
With the most lucky hand possible. Perfect
With the
setup.
wouldn't say the most lucky hand. All you need to do is have a 3-down card that can swing for at least 5k. I'm sure there is one out there, especially green yellow. I'm sure there is one out there. Essentially, it means you have to swing Yamato, knock out the 2 life, and he has to obviously not counter it, and then you have to use your 3 cost and swing, and that's how you win the game. In 3 turns. It's possible, but it's super rare. Unlucky.
I mean, if any of you listener has seen a game that literally ends within a person's third turn,
on the 3rd turn,
please like tell us in the comments, and then you gotta show us this, like record it, show us and whatnot. We need to see this.
Yeah, we have
to see this. This is gonna be so confusing to people who do not know this game.
If people who don't understand the card game, it's basically a mix and mash of Pokemon.
Maybe Vanguard? No.
A little bit of okay, best way to describe is
mostly Pokemon. I say it's inspired by Pokemon.
It's very inspired by Pokemon, and it's like in a sense a bit of. I'm not so sure about Yu-Gi-Oh.
I don't know Yu-Gi-Oh.
From the card games I play is like buddy fight and Pokemon. Mainly Pokemon.
Yeah, I
With
honestly
buddy-
agree that, yeah.
But if you don't, if
But I
you
don't
don't
think a lot of
know,
people know Buddy Fight also,
if you don't
you
know
know.
buddy fight, wait, if you know, Vanguard, the card fight Vanguard. Something
Yeah.
like you have to use the in Vanguard you have to counter blast to use ability skills. In One Piece you have to use the Dawn. It's called Dawn. And the way it's related to Pokemon is that you call stuff onto your field, and as well as your life is your prize cards in a sense. The most easiest way I can explain it to you viewers out there.
I mean,
But
if
yeah,
you're ever interested, you can just search up and learn how to play.
search it out. It's
And if
honestly
you guys
very
meet any of us and you so happen to have our deck, we can play with you.
we can play with you.
Yes. If
Yeah.
we so happen to meet you in maybe a convention or meet and greet, if you ever get a chance, and we have our
Oh.
deck, we will play with you.
We will. We are down to play. Especially we live in a country where there is no locals. There is, but damn hard to get. I mean, so what do you think of the One Piece?
I mean,
like, I mean, okay. Downside is the big one in Japanese.
yes, the community in Japan is for this card game is crazy.
Crazy, and because we live in Asia, we have to play the Japanese version.
Yeah.
There's no English version for us to play.
I mean, Southeast Asia also plays this card game quite a lot, don't
Yeah,
they?
but because in Southeast Asia, we really have to use Japanese. Most of the stuff is Japanese, unless they give English version, and then you can play with English.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
okay,
because
because
this is
Bandai
our
Bandai
first
is
time.
free.
Yeah, I mean, this is the first time that Southeast Asia has a card game that's just Japanese only. You can only get Japanese because
Yes.
you have to pay a lot of money just for the English version. So like most of us just use Japanese. So
You have to stream it out.
you may go to a tournament and just see a person looking at their phone. You may think
I
they're
mean, I
cheating,
don't
but they're
know, man.
probably looking at what
Looking
is
at
thing.
the-
It's either that or they
Yeah.
remember their entire deck.
Or the best case scenario, they actually know how to read and understand Japanese. So,
Yeah.
Which is
Or imagine if they pull out a paper of every single PT written.
nah, bro.
That would be
You
very
are
funny.
cheating. You are cheating, sir. May I ask to
You
look at
pull
your
out a
note?
map. I'm looking at my map of my card list.
Nah, but I think it's more likely that people read and say,
Yeah.
oh, they put out their phone lah. But
I mean, it's relative new. You probably can see someone like reading something if in case they do not know.
yeah, that's true. But Japanese language barrier aside, I think card game is fun. It's good to play. It's quite friendly for beginners, honestly.
Yeah, I think by far, if of any card game, this is by far very easy to learn.
Very easy to learn.
But
Very
if
easy.
you learn the correct rules, we actually started playing for like a few weeks of wrong rules.
With wrong rules, but
yeah,
like,
but as soon
when
as we
learn
learn, it's very easy to play, and we realized that we were playing like making it way too hard
yeah, we are making it harder.
because
on ourselves.
because we are used to like those type of card games. We will play Vanguards and
card
Buddy
games, yeah.
Fight, and we also play the original Pokemon. They are really like have this high skilling and like all this sort of stuff.
Yeah, especially when you're translating from Japanese to English for
Yeah.
you to understand. Like some words they don't really make sense. That we just misinterpret it. But
Yeah,
when we were playing on the harder version, it was still quite fun.
yeah,
Because it was
it's still quite fun, but it's just slightly longer.
it was slightly longer because we
It's
have to-
almost like your normal Vanguard and Buddy Fight rounds.
yeah, like the 20 to 30 minutes kind of match.
Yeah.
Because the moment we learn, oh shit,
You can take 2 dawns. Oh yeah, if you want a simpler term, we can just say gauge for you guys. Essentially, we can
basically-
take 2 gauge and then every single turn.
yeah, instead of the one that we were used to.
And, yeah, and then if
Good
you
job.
ever need to return your gauge card, you can use your
Actually,
rested one.
The rested. You can use
Yeah.
some of it is rested. I can give one of your dawns, attach one dawn, it can be the rested one. Like to be fair, we played other card games and most of the time it's just one.
Yeah, because it's a slow pace and like
Low pace and all. But then the moment we learn the rules like, oh shit, it's faster. Like
This
it
is
didn't
faster
affect
and it's
our
not that
experience at all.
yeah, because I'm pretty sure
Like-
other card games have a very way bigger deck.
Yeah.
That's why they make you draw one by one. But this draw 2, you're gonna go speed through, and you have very little cards. You're not gambling too much because there's a limit of 4 cards for
4 cards per
Per-
deck, lah. 4
per-
cards
yeah.
are 4 cards,
4
yeah,
cards
like
of
the
each,
standard
and then you can max of what 31, 32,
30, no, in
No,
the deck it's
40?
50.
50. Yeah, it's 50. It's very little compared to I think
50
others.
minus 1 liter.
Yeah, others there are sometimes no limit, sometimes
I can't
it's
remember whether Elite is
80.
included. Is the Elite even included?
I'm not sure, man. You're the one who do the research.
Dude, I forgot, man. I know, like, hey, man, there's not a lot of cards in, like, but, like, just follow your traditional TCG, yeah.
Yeah.
It's there, I'll tell you that, it's there.
Should we learn Yu-Gi-Oh?
I'm not learning. Dude, Yu-Gi-Oh is expensive, man.
Oh yeah, I want to get into Yu-Gi-Oh also, but I know it's expensive.
Like,
Same
it's
with
really
Wise. I want to do Wise, but
wise, but it's expensive.
Wise is expensive because it's mostly collaboration, and collaboration you need to be production price, profit price, and then you need your distribution price sort of deal. Like you need to split your share of money to the people you're lending, like the brand or whatnot.
Yeah, and worst part is, if you choose to play in English, you have to wait for the English release.
Yeah.
And if you didn't know, card games, they are expensive, especially the English
Yes.
version.
I mean, back in the day, it wasn't expensive though.
Back in the day, it wasn't. Dude, back in the day,
Yeah.
Pokemon cards were like $5 at
$3, $2,
$5,
$50,
$3.
maybe $2.50
Ooh,
at one time.
if you're lucky enough, like usually around the
But back in
$5.
the days, they were so cheap that you were easily scammed.
Yeah, but no one actually, actually.
People would just buy it for fun.
buy for fun.
Yeah.
Competitive, but I don't know how they
I
do
mean,
it.
now compared to the past, because now it's more expensive, like people are not, you see less scam cards, I say.
That is true. People are more aware, I say. COVID, especially Pokemon. Pokemon is one of the
Yeah,
big
because
factors.
no, I think it's because now mostly people are like selling in vending machines or like in actual stores.
More
You can
accessible.
tell, yeah, accessible and it's like more easy to recognize.
Yep.
Because back in the day, the fake one, like, it's pretty much the exact same looking. It's just like the packaging is slightly different.
Cool.
Yeah.
But hey, besides everything, I say, hey, when Japanese packs, they are good. They are affordable. Like say $3 a pack, still quite good. No inflation. Price.
The only
same.
one, oh yeah, by the way, the only one downside I don't like about One Piece card game is the fact that you can't open the pack like Pokemon pack in back in the day.
You can't. There's no card trick. It's just from the front all the way.
Yeah, no, the way you open the pack, you're just tearing it. It just,
the packaging as well. Yeah, the packaging.
that is not nice. I hate it. It's like because when you do that way, you actually seeing the cards, and you can't avoid seeing a bit. Unless you open it, close your eyes, and pull it out, and hope that you're facing the cards are facing below. You're gonna see it.
You are 100%.
You're gonna see the back. You're gonna see the front. So it's like I don't really like the way. I like the way that you could repeat on the top. It was super easy to do that. But I don't think even Pokemon cards they stopped doing this type of opening, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So I just checked. It's 50 excluding the leader.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's good. But the downside, just the packaging. Like the design, everything, it's good. The packaging is just tearing it. It's
Yeah.
If you know, you know. You open any card games.
If you are someone who opens a lot of those card packs, you know. Yeah, it's like there's this nice satisfactory like feeling opening the packs, like pulling it open the tab open and then you can see the middle. You just pull it out without seeing it. It's like opening a cheap bag. It wasn't that nice. But like with the One Piece card, you have to tear the entire pack. You can't save the design. That's one of the first
You
flaw.
can technically, but it's gonna be
ruined.
very hard.
Yeah.
Everything it's biggest complaint. It's mainly packaging. Other than that, the probably Japanese. I mean, but hey, man, if packs are cheap or affordable, they don't take a long time.
I mean, the thing is, if One Piece card is Japanese now, right? That means we can get other card games for cheaper because you're gonna learn Japanese eventually. That way we can get cheap. We don't need to spend so much for the English version.
Exactly, but the downside, I mean, we live in a place where locals don't really exist,
Yeah.
So competitive, off the table.
I mean, there is competitive in Singapore, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but very rare. If you look at like the top list for One Piece, you'll see like one in like every how many 50 pages.
Yeah.
Like it's that rare. Like in-person events, especially here, no one really likes cards. It's like a hobby thing. And oh my god, don't get me started on the shops, man. The official shops, majority of them are just small.
I don't think they're official shops. I think they're just like the old classic stores that they decide, okay, we're gonna sell it to these people.
Yeah, but the thing is,
Instead of like sell, yeah.
they are official
Because
hosts of tournaments.
oh yeah, I guess they just like traditional.
I mean,
Maybe, or
event
maybe then it's like those people have like a website they can go to like, hey, I want to host a tournament in my area. Because
that
like,
I
yeah,
have no clue, but I'll
I
tell
mean
you,
we don't own the card shop. We do
we
not know.
we don't know any of this. It's just speculation. But
Yeah,
what I can tell you definitely is that I think because low player count, that's why they don't
they don't
invest
need
in
big. Yeah,
bigger, make the shop bigger.
because
So
the only
majority of the
one
cards,
is in Japan, right? Most players,
most players are in Japan. In Asia, you got okay places like Malaysia. You do have
small
like
people.
there are malls that actually have bigger players, bigger player base, more people.
Mm.
And then for here, we're just small, nobody.
Yeah,
Oh, it's just put it out there and there's nobody. There's like a good handful almost. Well, that nah, it's so small. Like we went to like how many different shops, right?
maybe
Like
6, 7, I think.
like 6, 7 around there.
Yeah,
Like we almost covered the entire database.
I think we went for every single card shop in Singapore at this point.
Almost all.
Maybe the
There's still
east.
some
Maybe
like
the east. We
very
haven't go to the east, I think. Have you gone to the east yet?
no,
No, no.
haven't.
We have covered central and west.
Central and west area. We haven't go to the east yet. The east was like I think 4 or 5 more.
Yeah. East
Like we went to almost every single one. And majority
Yeah.
of them it's small.
we went a tour around Singapore for cards.
Yeah, and let me tell you that is depressing.
Yeah,
Especially
there's only some that are actually good looking.
like the
Where was it? Orchard, is it?
Orchard,
No,
but
yeah.
Sally it's
Moving out.
moving out to a different location. The place is quite
Yeah.
nice, just opposite the library.
Yeah.
It's
Opposite
quite big.
near also a cat cafe sort of deal.
It's
Yeah.
like in the mall. But of
Yeah,
course
the cat
everything
cafe is
down
more
there
important.
everything down there expensive. I think rentals are
I mean,
expensive.
it's Orchard. Oh yeah, Orchard there is expensive.
Yeah, that place quite good. I think the one at UT there.
UT is very local and very nice. Yeah.
Very local, very nice. The people are friendly down there. The uncle was like, hey, don't worry, just talk to us, we won't eat you. Even though we're
Yeah.
just deciding on what to do.
UT
quite good, and they
feels
also
like
sell-
a different part of Singapore, honestly.
It does feel like a different part. But hey man, it's quite cool, it's quite cute, chill. The owners are quite chill, they have singles. Very good.
Yeah.
Other than that, I think the other stores we go to are like
They're weird. I'm pretty sure one of the stores we went to, there was literally people just playing and like you could only stand at the door entrance. You couldn't move anywhere.
yes, that. And they weren't even playing One Piece.
They were just sitting there chilling.
They're just sitting there and they're chilling playing.
And then and then there was like some people standing at the counter. So you had literally less than cubic square to move.
Yeah, you literally have to open the door, make sure you don't hit the people, and you just walk straight. And then
Yeah.
that's about it. I mean, props to that store. It has tables. The other one that I went to,
Didn't have tables.
there was the stuff for standing. It was, I say,
The
the
only
same size
table I saw was at the back.
at the back. It wasn't
Yes.
even used. And like I said before, it's an official tournament place, so I have no clue how they are
How
actually playing
people
tournaments.
operate there, yeah.
I have no clue. Like one day, if only the events were free to go, I would go there and like see the way things are being played. But at the same time, I also wouldn't want because store is more, it's put it harshly, depressing.
Yeah.
Like when you go in a normal store, you say, "Oh my god, there's so many items. I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that."
I-
But you go in, you like look on your left, look in front of you, look at your right. Oh,
you go
we're
in,
done.
look left, right, up, down, and go out already.
Yep, that is how smart it is. The one with the
Yes.
table is essentially the same thing, except
No, that one you
see
don't
what-
need to look. You just go in,
that one
you,
you don't-
go
you go in,
out.
you go in, you go out, you like basically
You
this,
already seen the
that.
entire shop.
You see the entire shop already. Yeah, those card shop I can't
They're
remember.
they're
Just
essentially
stores
like
here.
Malaysian card shop, but like shrinked in size, I say.
Straying in size, yeah. Like these card stores are also supposed to carry Pokemon cards, to say the least. Like all these multiple different card games. But like they are so small that the way that they have, right, it makes it seem like their stock is
It's nothing.
none.
The only thing they have stock looks like sleeves and deck box.
Like they went to like some other shops that don't even mainly sell cards. When they sell cards, they have like the same amount, and it's depressing.
Yes.
The car yourself a card shop, I still like the same amount. Oh my god. Yeah, that's a little tangent about the
The cards
card shops down here.
card shops now in Singapore.
But yeah, I say, hey man, the One Piece card game is quite fun. Try it out if you can, especially if you're a fan of One Piece.
If not, you also can just try, because I say it's a quite fun card game in general. If you just like Buddy Fight and Vanguard type card games, or Pokemon even, One Piece is definitely, because I'm not really into One Piece. The only thing I know like about One Piece is one character, and that was Kaido, because it was cool design. That was literally my only entry to One Piece that only made me interested. So yeah, I even if you don't like One Piece or don't know One Piece like me, or just don't read, don't watch, it's still quite a fun game. You just treat it like a normal card game, and I say it's quite fun.
Yep, it is very fun. Yeah.
Oh, I mean,
Oh my god,
just now we were
inflation.
talking, yeah, inflation technically. Back in the day, you know how cheap cards were, but that is not the only thing that changed the price of cards. Many things changed in like the past 10 years, I say. Like your simple candy shop, all gone.
Oh
Now,
god.
yeah, now it's like treated as a like
Maybe you'll see like
exotic shop.
5 to 10.
Yeah, they call this exotic candies.
Yeah, back
Which
in the
is
day,
just like heartbreaking to me. Like, this is exotic candy. This was my childhood candy. You would find this anywhere and
you
everywhere.
would find it anywhere, man. Like you go to a mall, oh, there's a shop that sell candy, and you go in, it's like, oh my god, all these
Or that
classic
candy,
colors,
yeah, you will
all the
see
kind
it.
of candies,
But
all
now
the
you
standard.
have to go to a specific
Now you
store,
have to, yes, you have to specifically chase down stores that actually sell this kind of stuff.
which is just
There
a
is,
very depressing. I mean, another thing I also hate was like back in the day 7-Eleven. The difference between back in the day 7-Eleven and now, you know the
oh my
difference?
god, yes,
Yeah, it's completely different. Like, people will complain
it's complete.
7-Eleven, right? But the 7-Eleven now, I say, is way too modernized compared to what 7-Eleven was like 10 years ago.
I mean, it's good, it's modern, but
It's modern, yeah, it's more convenient. I mean, that was the point
it's,
of it.
yeah,
But
but it's also kind of sad.
yeah, it's missing all that nice what we call convenience back in the day. Now it's just everything's microwavable food, and it's just snacks what they sell.
Microwave food,
The
snacks,
only other thing that you can do
everything.
was slushy. That's the only other thing you can do. That's
Food,
like, I
yeah.
was slightly not convenient in a sense. But back in the day, we had mashed potato machines. We had I think maybe ice cream machine. I can't remember. You had like those weird crunchy looking cheese, like what, rings fries thing. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. They had sausage at the counter. They had everything you wanted.
It's like
It felt like a buffet in the 7-Eleven.
nah, bro. It felt like a gas station area, lah. Like,
Yeah, it
now
definitely
it's
feels like gas
convenience
station
store.
area, but now it's like, it feels depressing. It's like, it doesn't
I
feel
mean,
like it was back in the day.
yeah, it's like very modernized now, like super modernized.
Back in the day, you go 7-Eleven because you wanted to like treat yourself with something cheap. Now you go to 7-Eleven for convenience. Not even the cheap part, I would say.
Yeah,
Because
something
7-Eleven now is, I would say, more expensive than like some supermarket.
that is true. But hey, man, supermarket, they are always gonna be cheaper.
Yeah, because they're selling wholesale promotions and whatnot.
Yeah.
But man, I do miss all this old stuff. Like,
Yeah.
what is like your favorite stuff that you miss that is gone from like 10 or 15 years ago?
Cheap water.
True. Water now costs like $2 to $5.
Scary part is it's that expensive for bottled
No, it's
water.
not expensive water. It's literally your
Yeah,
basic water.
it's expensive for bottled water. That
Your
is the
your
scary.
normal water that you can buy is
Yeah.
so much. It used to be a few cents, then increased to like what, $1 at most. Now it's double, if not
Like when we were
triple.
kids, we were like what, $1, $2 ish.
Yeah, you could just
Now it's
buy
like
with your own
50
money. You
pounds.
didn't even need to ask your parents. Now maybe you need to ask your parents just for water.
Dude, kids born in this era, they're gonna have like a sad time, man.
Man,
No
yeah, the
candy anywhere they
pricing.
go. No
No
candy.
candy, water is expensive.
Water is expensive. Back then, like you ask your parents, "Hey, can we get water? I'm thirsty." They're like, "Sure." They just go around to the nearest, let's say 7-Eleven. We get water, $1, $2 out, done. Give it to you. Or let's say you want thirsty, you go in near a coffee shop. You go in, $1, $2, same thing. Come out, done. Happy. Now
Let
it's
me,
like, oh my
let
god,
me
it's expensive. Like
for
$2
those who
plus.
don't understand my like why I'm talking about this, let me give you an example. We have this orange juice vending machine. I'm pretty sure like those people who watch like those Japan videos, you know those easy orange juice machine, $2.
$2.
which may be
That
cheaper than the water
yes,
entirely.
that's the surprising thing.
That is the
Sometimes
most painful thing.
most
Orange juice, fresh fruit, usually expensive. It's cheaper
but
than
it's
water.
cheaper than water. That's the saddest part. Like some places you go to, oh my god, water is like what, 250. Oh, you know, just go get oranges in the vending machine. The vending machine is almost everywhere.
Yes, you can. It literally is better just to buy orange juice.
Yeah, and that's the sad part. Something that was once expensive now turned into the cheap option.
Yes, orange juice was considered like something like a luxury type of deal. Like, oh, you want like some fancy water at the time, you take orange juice for $2 because near your 7-Eleven there's usually an orange juice machine.
Like anywhere, almost
Yeah.
anywhere. Like anywhere there's a lot of people, they just put it in
Yes.
vending machine, especially malls and whatnot.
They will just
Vending
place it randomly everywhere.
We go place it randomly.
I mean, now I
But-
think they control it. They don't put it everywhere.
They don't put it everywhere. They put it in more
Yeah,
places with more people, basically.
yeah.
But still, the price
It's
of water
cheaper
is
than
scary.
water. Yeah, the inflation currently is like
Inflation
people
is
are
scary.
people are like saying, oh, Singapore didn't get affected too much by inflation. Yes, I agree, but it's still a very huge leap compared to 10 years before.
10 years ago, everything
Was super cheap and there was more luxury. Honestly, I think 10 years ago stuff felt more expensive than it is now. Like,
yeah, that's
like those things feels more expensive than what you can get for like in quotation cheap now, I would say. It's really a like huge
inflation is something.
inflation hit us hard,
It's
man.
no joke.
As much
But
as
hey,
you
man,
try to ignore it, it's way too much. I mean, simple milk was what, $1 back in the day, maybe $2. Now like $10 maybe, just for one milk.
One carton of milk is like what, $5?
Yeah, it's really scary how the
Almost
price
killing
and
$10.
certain stuff just like change.
Yeah.
Maybe back in the day we just had too much stuff that now the price like starts like they realize, oh, we oversupply stuff now
Inflation.
yeah.
No way that's the thing, bro. If you're talking about that, if that's the case, holy shit, Pokemon cards shouldn't even.
Oh, Pokemon cards was way too overproduced.
Yeah, especially XY era, not popular. Yeah, inflation, scary thing. That's the. Alright.
So we have talked for like a couple of minutes, you know, your usual podcast episode. Thank you guys for listening. I hope you guys are coming in from your school, your work, your studies, and just relaxing. I hope you guys listen to this with and came out more informed, more nice, you know, more relaxed, I would say. And I hope to see you guys like tomorrow with another podcast.
Seriously.
Why? Come on, people take it seriously.
It's fine. Like some stuff, it's yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, thanks for watching, guys.
See you guys tomorrow for the next episode. And yeah, I guess we end it here. Bye bye.
Bye.